Okay. Okay. Hold up. Now is happening something. Now is happening something. Can people hear me? Let's see, did it come to my phone? Okay, now it actually should be live. Okay. Interesting. This was like very experience. I'm very sorry for the delay. I decided to try out the YouTube's new live stream thing, or how would I call it? I tried the YouTube's like new look, or like, because YouTube has been doing some like with the beta studio, how would I call it? Basically they have been renewing how you can look channel from behind, basically, or like behind the scenes. And thus they have this new live streaming feature, or live streaming dashboard. That's what I tried out, and unfortunately, very unfortunately, I I had some trouble starting off the stream because this is all new for me, so bear with me. So, I guess we can finally get started. But before we do, let's actually run through some people, shall we? So, hi Ivy, hi Charcoal, hi Christoph, Barons, hi Scar, Daredevils, hi Urban Animate, hi Boofy Plum, Plummy, and I guess that's everyone from the chat. I know Lara and Lynn were there earlier, but I just let them be there, just talk behind the scenes if they will. Did I have something else? I think not. Okay, let me... I promise I will start in a hot second. I quickly throw something else in here. And now I think is the good time to actually get started. So here we go. Oh, what are you animating, Lara? Okay, what do I have here? For in-betweens. Because that's my life nowadays. Nothing else but in-betweens. No, it doesn't. Hi Raven, welcome to the stream. What map part are you working on, Lara, and what map part did you finish, Charcoal? It did. Make it in time. How was your work today? And I'm doing good, Ivy. That's cool, Charcoal. Do you still have more map parts to finish? Okay, Simon. I may not remember your, like, I may need a couple of times to actually remember your name properly, so bear with me. Which one did you sign up for, Charcoal? I wish you luck with finishing that, Lara. Ah, good luck with that Ashram map. And I wish your friend luck with hosting it too. I can't read your art during the stream. No. 12 frames per second is like good if you want to like not spend overly too much time to your animations. But if you also get very skillful with animating with 12 frames per second, that's actually very, very impressive. If any of you want to try animating, I highly recommend of you trying it. Like, you don't really need a fancy animation program to start off with. Like, when I started animating, I basically used Paint and Editor with Windows Movie Maker. It's it has its pros and cons, but it's honestly like, if you wanna try animating, like honestly go for it. Because you will never know whether you like it or not if you don't try it. "24 frames per second is like the industrial standard in most cases, and then if you divide them, then it's like, how was it? It's like 30, 25, 24, 12, and 6 frames per second. Hi Adam, welcome to the stream. But if you are like animating 20 frames per second like in once, meaning you use every single one of those frames in those 24 frames per second, aka 24 frames separate pictures in second. That is quite daunting. Like, I have done few myself. It takes a lot of time in order to get it like perfect and actually like nail it. Then again, I can also say that in order to make certain movements, 24 frames per second is the best way to go about it. But if you're working with 24 frames per second and it feels like daunting, you could try like animating with 24 frames per second, but instead of using only, you can try using twos, which kind of means that you have like 2 frames together, like they don't move individually, which kind of makes it 12 frames per second. But what is great with animating with twos and threes, as they call them in the like industrial standard, is that if you want to smooth out an animation, or if you want to make something teeny weeny detail when it comes to movement, you still can do that. Hi Sarah, welcome to the stream. And thank you Adam, I really appreciate it. But as we are working with YouTube, and if 24 frames per second still feels like a daunting task, you can use any frames per second because it's YouTube. You're not doing a movie under a director or anyone. For example, this is what I'm currently doing, which you unfortunately can't see, which is interesting. This animation is actually being done to 17 frames per second. Which I guess if professionals heard that, they would probably murder me. Map parts aren't really quote-unquote professional projects. I tend to use like random frames per second for it, because it saves time for me, and it also gets into the desired results that I want. Eventually I want to like try out and actually get into animating more in 2s and 3s, because that's something I really need to start learning at this point. But currently I'm so comfortable with 1s that 17 frames per second, for example, is like, it's a perfect middle way for getting like a smooth animation, but also not having to draw every single frame with 24 frames per second. Hi Enraid, welcome to the stream. When did you start animating? 2010. So I've been animating for... or wait, I started animating 2008. I did some silly smaller animations with MS Paint and Windows Movie Maker. But I think in 2010, when warrior maps or like maps in general began to get more popular, I started to take animation a lot more seriously than I had originally done. And I would say around 2014, that's when I decided to get like, if 2010 was like some kind of like a year when I was like, I actually would like to start focusing on animated content, 2014, 2015 was more of like me getting fully serious about it. Hi Squirrel Puffle, welcome to the stream. That's actually a very lovely username.
Took a walk among the stars tonight. Found myself a washing colored light. It felt like spirits had awakened me. This carnival of animals had taken me. They danced and took my hand, whispered, close your eyes and understand. When I felt the change, it startled me. This carnival of animals is part of me.
I'm currently drawing Bluestar. I think my favorite thing to draw, and like the only thing I can draw well, are cats. I feel that on so many levels. Nice to have a fellow cat friend. Okay, Choco, you can post it on my server into the hashtag art. So feel free to throw it in there. Also, as some of you have noticed, I have actually, or those who have been on my streams before, have probably noticed I actually have scratched the entire frequently asked questions section. I really need to redo that. So currently I don't have anything in there. So currently every question practically is welcome. What made you start Discord? I guess like more of like a Discord server. Many people had asked about it, or not directly asked about it, but people had shown interest into having like a server. So after like asking people whether they would like me to make a server, I made a server. So, and it has been fun, even though I sometimes don't talk there as actively as I would, or as I could. I still enjoy being there and talking with different kinds of people. You can always practice for that scroll puffle, but of course it is great to take inspiration from different artists, but also if you have like a style you want to try for, maybe you could try and combine things that you like and therefore try to create your own style. About Lara, are you talking about the one who made those really good Hamilton animatics? My commissions are open, yes. Also, funny fact, I also like talking about like human parts. The most that I struggle with are human heads too. Like human heads are just, they're interesting. You're welcome. My favorite characters, I assume this is related to a warrior cats. Who are my inspirations? This is always very hard because, or a hard question. Of course, the generic like Disney and DreamWorks. They have done some amazing animated films, and like it would be very cool in the future to have like a name in something very big like that. Like that would be really nice. But if we are talking about like from or not talking about from YouTube, I really like watching, like, okay, we already talked about Ria already, like Jinja Ninja Ovo. That's how she says it. It says her username, right? Her work is amazing. There is no doubt about it. Then Night Richer is also very talented, very amazing. Then I also have few animator friends that like give me motivation to work on my own things, including Lady Telia, or Telia. I think she's still Lady Telia on YouTube, and Faithless Night. And this is very topical question because sometimes like different people inspire me at different times. Also, Doc's life is worth of mention. I actually wonder, did she change her channel name? I swear she did, but I can't remember what's her new channel name. But yeah, those are few I can throw out. My favorite Warrior Cats character is Bluestar, the leader of Skyclan, and I'm finally so happy that she is in the main series. I haven't read the Lost Stars, so no spoilers from that, please and thank you. Fires are scary to draw. I agree, Lynn. I totally agree. Favorite Pokemon starter? Charmander is what I would love to say, but they finally made Litten, which is like a fire cat starter that I've been waiting for my entire life. So, I guess it's a tie between them. Your favorite fire type Pokemon? The same as my favorite Pokemon, so Flareon. What's the best program for an Android device for animating? Unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe you can try and Google around or search from YouTube. Unfortunately, I can't really give an answer to this. And also to the favorite warrior cats question, like Leafstar is absolutely my favorite warrior cat. But if we want to go by series, because I know Leafstar she isn't really that popular, which is very unfortunate because she, I think, is like the best. she got the best personality out of all of the leaders. From the first series, my favorite is Spotted Leaf. Then from the second series, my favorite is Leafpool. From the third series, my favorite is Hollyleaf. And I haven't read fourth series, which I can't really say. If I can start from Vision of Shadows, my favorite character is... This is actually very hard. I guess Twig and Violet share like a very balanced like first place, because Vision of Shadows was full of expressive, very unique characters, and I really like that. Sparkpelt would be up there, but something happened in her character. I really wanted to like her, but I guess Aerins didn't want anyone to like her, so I guess not. The leaf isn't the only reason, it just has happened to be that way, that my favorite warrior cat characters has a leaf on it. Like, characters that have a leaf, they actually have the most relatable personalities to me. I wouldn't say that Spotted Leaf is someone I could relate, but Leafstar, Hollyleaf, and Leafpool are all the characters that I can relate to in one way or another. I guess the one who hits me closest to home is Hollyleaf out of the bunch. Also, for the people who may not know, I have a Discord server. You can find link to it from the description below. If you want to join, there and meet up people who also like my content, but also like warrior cats and Pokemon, feel free to consider joining, because we have a lovely community there. And if you want to make new friends, that's the perfect place to do it. Leafeon is actually my second favorite evolution. But fire is my favorite type, and Flareon is just cuddly. Those are pretty good cats that you have listed, Squirrel Puffle. Oh, congratulations, Jorkol. That sounds like plenty of voice acting, but As long as you enjoy the characters, that's all that matters. That's really cool. I really like Squirrel Flight's attitude. Like, I really like her as a character. Even though she isn't my favorite character, I still like her, like, personality. It was nice to have some spice in the second series after Sandstorm. Needletail is also a very, very good one. Needletail is a good character. I actually like Needletail's character arc. I'm a little bit, I'm actually kind of satisfied with it, but I understand why people don't like the way Needletail's character arc ended. But I really like Needletail's character, and I like the direction that Aerins took it with her. I'm not gonna say anything specific because if someone hasn't read Vision of Shadows, I don't want to spoil it. But in general, I really like Needletail and Needletail's character arc. I wouldn't if Needletail was a person, I wouldn't specifically like hang out with them or like be friends with them. But as a character, I really like Needletail. Oh, that's cool, Laura. Actually, when I have done the similar tests, I've always gotten Holyleaf, so... I mean, there is something there, I guess. I guess one of the reasons why I have, like, refused to read Omen of the Stars is because Holyleaf isn't there, or, like... I'm not one of those people who hate that Dothwing to Holyleaf spots. Like, I don't hate hate Dothwing for it, like, at all. But the way, like, I haven't read Omen of the Stars again, but the way that Erin Spring have like just casually brought Holyleaf back just to kill her off is something that I'm very pissed off, because it was a waste of potential, like a waste of a really good character with really good character. I'm so salty about that. Maybe today I'm not so salty about it. I might give like Omen of the Stars a read, because one of my best friends has told me that I would like Dothwing. Like I would really like Dothwing, but like I'm just like, the things that I've heard of Omen of the Stars, it doesn't make me wanna read it, like, at all. And Holyleaf's the famous tunnel scene. One of the few things in Warriors that actually made me cry. Like, yeah, I'm not really thrilled about it. Hi, Fussy Bubbles. Yes, I do remember you. Darktail is a really cool character. I really liked him as a villain. He was great. He was dark, no pun intended. He was dark and he was great. I really liked the balance in his character arc. What game systems do you have? I have Game Boy Advance. I have the 2DS's. Then I have 2DS and I have a GameCube. Who is your favorite villain? I again assume that this favorite villain is kind of from the Warriors, because we are on the topic. My favorite villain from Warriors is... I used to say it's Mapleshade, but honestly after reading Vision of Shadows, it's Darktail. Like, hands down, Darktail. Darktail is just... The only thing I don't really... I'm not a huge fan of is Darktail's backstory. Like, to me, it kinda could make sense. At the same time, it's a little bit like, really, Aerins? You really wanted to go there? Soul was also like very charismatic, but even though I personally didn't like, he wouldn't be my favorite villain, he was very charismatic. I'll give him that. Dolphin is actually really good character in Vision of like even though I haven't read Omen of the Stars, I really actually enjoyed Dolphin's character in Vision of Shadows. I think some people out there, like Nullflowers, explains her character much better. And which I also agree that Dolphin got the shortest end of the stick. Hi Fresh Records True, welcome to the stream. Do you have plans to get the Nintendo Switch? Yes, I do. Eventually, when I get enough money, that is. Hi Murasaki Kitsune, welcome to the stream. Okay, since you guys like to ask me very much what are my favorites and whatnot, let me actually ask you guys a question. If this is gonna be a little bit like a trickier one, or it's probably not gonna be that tricky. Maybe I'm just making it more complicated inside my mind. But like, if you were a warrior character and you die, or Star Clan, or would you stay at the middle realm of the between dead and living? Those who haven't read Vision of Shadows probably don't understand what I mean with the between dead and living. But like, and also why? Why would you want, if you were a warrior cat and you died and went to, for example, Dark Forest, why would you want? Would you possibly have done something evil, or do you just prefer dark, smoky forests over beautiful Clan? I don't know. What GameCube games do you have? I have Pokemon Colosseum, I have Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Hi Hanami, welcome to the stream. I have one of the Final Fantasies, and then I have like a Sonic game collection. Hi Willow Moon, welcome to the stream. Hi Popcat Paw, welcome to the stream. Okay, that's cool. Fuzzy Bubbles. Which games do you get if you got Nintendo Switch? Most like stuff. Probably starting off with Pokemon Sword. But mainly Pokemon stuff because that's basically the only game that I actually play. Everything else is just I either played with my friend, like if my friend has it, and we just happen to play together at some point, like only then. But other than that, I mainly play Pokemon games on my own. So that's quite easy question. I guess I think that it makes sense. What is the saddest death for you in Warriors? Snow Kid. Absolutely. Another very devastating death for me was in Vision of Shadows. Shadows was actually filled with very many, like very good deaths. Like very good death scenes. Really good. But like Snow Kid is the first one that comes to mind. Okay, Ivy. See you around. Hopefully your internet gets better soon. What is the saddest Warriors death for you? I already answered that. And that would be Snow Kid. Okay, I guess I need... Yeah, Sandstorm's death was... Oh boy. It was quite something indeed. What is your thought on your art style? Okay, see ya, Laura. And thank you, everyone. What is your thought on your art style? It's cute. Okay, no, not really. Or I do think it's cute, but it's so generic answer. So I prefer to come up with something nicer than that. What I really like about my style is that it's very hard to like start to suddenly explain what you like about your style. I really enjoy it. I feel like my style really speaks that it's like, it's my style. It's something that I recognize is mine, and therefore I'm very comfortable with it. Also what I like about my style is that it's not perfect. There is still a lot of space I can improve it with, and I can like, even though the changes may be subtle, there is still like space that I feel like, enough space that I can actually like grow. I have not read Survivors. And I've heard of Bravelands, but I have not read it either. Okay, Hanami. But it's very, like, in a way it's an easy question, because my style is everything that I technically like. But at the same time, it's very hard to like pinpoint what are actually the factors that I like about my style. Actually, one thing that I really like about my style are paws. I'm very satisfied the way I draw paws, and I'm very very satisfied with my style in general. But there are definitely some things that I feel like I can and could improve on. For example, muscles are still a little bit of a struggle for me. I'm getting better, but there is still space for improvement, I think. And my style isn't really that, like, if we are talking about animation, another thing that I'm trying to like add into my style is some flexibility, or like squishiness, I guess is the right term to use. Like my style works well in like a little stiffness problems at times. So the stiffness is something that I'm it may not show like it, but I try to actively get away from it, and I try to find ways to avoid the stiffness. What do you use for editing? This is a very useful little tip and trick. Every program that I'm using, I always put in the description of my videos for that specific video what I use, and those can be found from the description, so I highly recommend checking those out. But for editing, like putting everything together, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. It is a costly program, it costs money, unless you know how to crack stuff, but we're not talking about it here. But Adobe Premiere is my main editing program. I still occasionally use Windows Movie Maker for speeding up footage, for example speed paint footage, but I use Adobe Premiere. My favorite Pro markers. Like if you're talking about like real life supplies, Pro markers are my favorite art supplies. I like how they make like uniform coloring surface. Like it's smooth. It's like if you're using a bright paper, it's just like it almost looks like you have filled it in with a bucket on a like a drawing program. That's perfectly fine. It is just I sometimes add it into my like literal videos, but like in most cases, I always add the programs that I've used in the video description of the respective video. So I highly recommend checking those out. And not only with me, but with other creators as well, because some creators actually take the time to put that stuff into the description of the video, so I highly recommend to check those things out. They're actually pretty useful. Even though you don't like reading, it's actually very place. I haven't used colored like I use mechanic pencil for like doing sketches, but for like coloring I haven't used pencils for quite a while. Sometimes I feel like I really should go and actually do something with colored pencils because they used supply back in the day. I'm not really like, if we're talking about art supplies, I'm more of like a dry person. I don't really like watercolors or acrylics. What you use a paintbrush with. I like detail. So like markers and coloring pencils, perfect art supplies for me because they are actually something that detail into the drawings, and that's my thing. Hi Mortal Cats, welcome to the stream. Supply back. Oopsie. Let me actually cross that. I haven't read Survivors. In general, I don't like reading at all. The only exception is obviously Warrior Cats, but in general, I don't like reading. I prefer visual things like video or comics or books. So minus Warriors, I don't read anything else, basically. Sure, take your time. Please, hold on, let me actually type that. Let me actually see, can I send this? Yes. Taylor's Potato, welcome to the stream. Oh, hi, Lulu! Welcome to the stream! How are you doing? And of course to the new people who just popped into the chat, how are you doing as well? That's good that people are doing good. See you, Squirrel Puffle. I hope you enjoyed your stay. So, how has people's weekend been? And does any of you people have any plans for the next week? Ah, swimming. Don't worry if you happen to miss any of my streams. You can always rewatch them, even if you wouldn't be like active there on live. So, living your life. Don't worry. Ah, that sounds interesting. Good luck with finding a new job. Oh, that's cool. How was Kiasma today? I have not visited Ori. I think, if I remember right, that's the new library. But no, I haven't actually visited it. I know that they were actually... Oh, Wolf! Hi! And hi, Alpheus, we're a Cats fan. Welcome to the stream. I also think that Ori was looking for graphic designer. Or like into their marketing team. I actually didn't. I didn't apply there. But I bet they got many applications anyway. Hi Omar Anime SK, welcome to stream. You can use my art as a reference, yeah, but if you post it, please give a credit. But that's pretty much all I'm asking for. But hi Wolf, how are you? Unless you decided to poop again, which I mean would be very likely. Hey Wolf, do you wanna join talking with me? Or would you prefer to stay in the chat this time? Yes, I am. I'm indeed planning to go there. If I get a table. This year I'm planning to be like when the applying starts. I plan to have everything ready because last year I missed it completely, but if I can't get there immediately, I will probably just try to ask a backup table again if I happen to have like as good of a luck as I had last year. Of course, I don't want to rely on that only, but yeah. I'm doing good as well. that's fine. Are you still at your mom's place? Hi, Pastel Peanuts. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing good. Nothing too fancy on my part. I actually was seeing two of my friends for the past few days, which was great. How are you doing? Yes, I am indeed animating that. That's cool. I wish you a safe flight on Tuesday if we don't happen to have a chit chat before that. And don't worry, Idolilu, I basically haven't streamed that as much as I would have liked, so I don't think you have really missed that much. That's perfectly fine. Feel free to sleep when you're tired. No need to feel bad about it. You're welcome, Wolf. Don't you dare die on me, or I swear to God. Oh, you have a roleplay work? Oh my gosh, you have a reply as work in progress? This is oh my gosh. The moment you said it, my excitement levels went off the roof. You have no idea how excited I am for our roleplay to continue, Wolf. But please take your time. Please take your time. But glad to hear you're getting to it. Slowly and surely. But I understand, I basically gave you a very difficult spot to actually continue out of. So, I mean, that one is on me. I don't really watch anime. Unless it's with friends. But like, I guess I used to watch different kinds of animes when I was little. Pokemon is very worth of mentioning. But currently I'm not watching any anime. The only thing that I'm really watching is like Miraculous Ladybug, but that isn't really an anime, so... How to do chests? I have no idea. Yeah, that is perfectly okay. I mean, you have had like a very busy weeks with work before you even went over to your mother's place. So I don't blame you really. Work is very tiring, especially if you do it like almost a full time. But if your motivation is showing any peaks of like increase or such, I will be more than happy to respond. That's cool. LPS Warrior Cats? Californian Warriors actually sounds pretty neat. You're welcome. But hey, I bet your flight will be long and probably boring. That's a perfect moment for you to like work on the response if you really want to. You can like copy paste my response to somewhere and just paste out of that. Oh, that's good. So you get more time for yourself. Are you still planning to apply for any other job, or are you just gonna be chill with that one until the end of the year? I do like Pokemon. Did I accidentally say Digimon? I meant Pokemon. Like, Pokemon is something I've watched. But I love Pokemon. It's actually my, my entire childhood is based on Pokemon. Sounds like a plan. I wish you a lot of luck with that, Wolf. What is everyone currently up to, other than watching this stream or listening this stream as a background? Good luck with that. What you gonna draw, Wolf? Don't you have any paper and pencil, Johannes? Good luck with that. Getting new members for your roleplay. That sounds like a chill evening, Idolilu. Let the hand lead away. My favorite Pokemon is Flareon. Okay, now we are moving again. Yeah, my name is Flare. And my Pokézona is Flareon. Okay, I have a little thing that I have to attend this evening. Or I don't have to physically be there, but I have to digitally be there. I guess I will do one more in between because full bodies apparently take like an hour or half to sketch out. Then again, we have had cool conversations. And you guys really like to ask questions, which is great. Please keep asking questions. But yeah, I'll do one more in between. And I'll show this animation one more time after the in-between is done. And after the in-between is done, I will finish off the stream for today, so I can actually eat and have something before the little thing I'm going to have today. So let's tackle the final in-between, shall we? I guess so. Actually, the the original story for my for the name of Flare, when I had only started off on YouTube, I saw that everyone seemed to have some kind of like an internet name, and I think I was only 12 or 13 at the time. And then I made a video that you can still actually find to this day on my channel, where I actually asked people to like give me a name suggestions. What should I call myself? And then some people voted for Flare, and that's how I got my name Flare. It's like, it's not really that fancy of a backstory for something like that, but that's the backstory how I got, or how I got to be called as Flare. And I think one of the reasonings for like suggesting the name Flare was that it's like a short from Flareon, so yeah. And I've stick to it ever since. Like, it has really grown to me, and like is like a second name for me. But yeah, that's kind of like the origin story for like where the Flare comes from. And to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't imagine having any like quote unquote better like an artist name. Like Flare is something I refer to me as like a artist name. It is what I use when like I go to conventions. That's like my artist name kind of vibe. Oh, that's really cool. It is actually very funny when I like, my mom has actually asked me a couple of times why I don't use my real name when it comes to like, when it comes to my artistic stuff, like, you know, basically kind of like why I'm not like Gordon Ramsay, quote unquote, like, why don't I use my real name? I guess it's also some kind of like a way for me to protect my identity. Like, I know I already say and reveal somewhat. Not as much as some YouTubers, but I still like to keep some kind of transparency with my viewers. So, for example, like not using my real name on YouTube, it is some like identity protection for me, because it still helps me to keep like two things separate, like my art and my like real life as separate things. Second nature is just like, that's the perfect way to describe it. And it's very funny to see how like those kind of things like stick with you, you know? Saving for auto recovery sure likes to take its time. Okay, there we go. Do you two, Wolf and Little, do you have like any backstory for your screen name or artistic name or however you wanna call it? Hi SpaceWolf123, welcome to the stream. Hi Warrior X Heart, welcome to the stream. that is still a very good, like, very valid story. Ah, that's cool. I think I probably have asked you that question, like, at some point, because that backstory sounds very familiar. But regardless, it's very fun to see how some names, like, originate or change over time. I think I get what you mean. Like if you have a chance to decide what you want to be called on the internet, it may as well be something that you really like to be called as, right?
Love came in and thawed my heart. After a winter so cold, it left me frozen inside. You sang a song that unraveled me. The melody was enough to rewrite my story. There's no place I would rather be than in the light of your sun. It changes everything. There's no face I would rather see. You pull me up from the dust and you redefine me.
Oh yeah, I forgot the claws. Claws are very important in this shot. I can't just stitch them like that. It's very funny because I had the claws inside my mind just like a second ago, but I guess not. Bye claws. The choice of animating when you forget to like sketch out a single little teeny weeny detail. That's perfectly fine, Lara. And okay, well, I'll see you around. Okay, I think I'll finish this stream in here. I have a thing I have to, as I said earlier, I have a thing I have to be part of that is happening in less than an hour. So I'm gonna prepare for that, maybe eat a little bit of something. And yeah. Hi Powfeather, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I'm finishing off, so you can start from the start and rewatch the stream or keep going on with your day. The preview I just ran, I know it's very laggy. The final animation is gonna be much smoother than that. But yeah, I probably will progress this off screen a little bit before I stream again, but hopefully I will pick up my streams again and do them more often. So we will see. But yeah, I don't think I have anything really to add here. If you got a Discord and you like my content and would like to get to know other people who also like my content, then go and check out my Discord server. There are very many same-minded people. So yeah, it's a perfect place to have a chat and maybe make new friends. So if you want to join there, the link is in the description. But yeah, I'll go and eat, I'll go do whatever, and I shall see you all in the next stream. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good night, day, evening, or morning.